because the guy who does the editing for that is just kind of goes with it and he edits it the way he wants to. Like right now, we're pretty live. So yeah, here we are, season 1, episode 14, United in Green. We have returning champion Tyler, the creator. How you doing, Tyler?
Doing well. A pleasure to be here. Excited to talk to Brian tonight. And yeah, thanks for having me back.
No problem. Having you back. You're one of the hosts, man. You don't have to thank me.
You don't have to invite me every time, and you do. So I feel like that's what's fascinating and appreciating.
It's pretty easy because you're just like part of the email, you know. So
yeah, it's kind of stuck in there.
Yeah, you're just kind of stuck there, and I'm too lazy to take you out. So
yeah. Until that day comes, I'm just going to be here, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, you're just the guy that shows up, I guess.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of it, you just kind of blew up my spot with the special guest we have today. We have the voice of the Vermont Green, and he's the fellow you get to hear on our opening with all those amazing classic calls of our first season goals, which obviously will hopefully change in the new season of United in Green. We'll add some stuff in, take some stuff out, or maybe just go all new. We'll see what happens. But welcome to Brian McLaughlin. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys so much for having me on the show. Honored to be here. I was going to say we need to update some of those highlights because personally, I feel like I've had some better highlights this season that I need to get on there. So I'm honored to be on the show. Excited to talk all things Vermont Green with you guys tonight. Should be a fun time.
I hope it is. You know, the thing that sucks is that tonight we're kind of ending our season with game recaps and that kind of stuff. But it kind of brings us into like the new season, which we're going to do a big recap next week on United in Green, and then we'll get into some off-season stuff and see where it goes from there. But the way we usually start is to just kind of get kind of our guests' origin stories with soccer, with being in Vermont, and how you got to do what you're doing, because I know you also do UVM basketball, correct?
I do. I wear a lot of different hats, that's for sure. UVM basketball is kind of my main gig, though, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, just tell us how you got started. Do you have a soccer origin story? Do you have just a broadcasting origin story that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think kind of on the short side of it, soccer-wise, played soccer all throughout my entire life growing up, played through high school, was never really a big soccer fan, always kind of enjoyed going to games and watching, but I don't think I watched a professional soccer game on TV until I was in college, probably. I had early on adopted Chelsea as my main professional club team because I fell in love with Didier Drogba during a World Cup. I loved international soccer. And so I kind of viewed it through that lens growing up. Then during college, I went to Penn State University, knew I wanted to study broadcasting, knew I wanted to go into the play-by-play realm. Never really thought that broadcasting soccer was something that was on my agenda. It was much more into your classic football, baseball, basketball kind of sports. I'll broadcast anything, but those were the sports that I would have probably told you that's what I want to do professionally. And then Project Restart happened and COVID happened, and soccer was one of the first sports that came back on TV. And I got really back into it with a couple of the people I was quarantined with. And I have some friends who were already very into Premier League soccer. And so I dove all the way back into my Chelsea fandom, and then ended up getting the job at UVM with the men's basketball team pretty much directly out of school. I graduated from Penn State in 2020, moved up to Vermont in the fall of 2020, started with UVM men's basketball. I'm lucky that I get to work for a lot of schools around here, Middlebury College, St. Michael's College as well. And then Vermont Green kind of formed when I was realizing last summer that I was not going to be working in minor league baseball, which is something